My beloved child, I know you have been carrying burdens that no one else can see. People around you may think you are doing well because you continue to smile. They see you going to work, taking care of your family, fulfilling your responsibilities, but they do not see the silent battles taking place inside your heart. They do not hear the prayers you whisper when no one else is around. They do not know how many nights you have stayed awake, asking me questions that seem to have no answers. I know every one of those moments. I was there when you cried in silence. I was there when disappointment filled your heart. I was there when you wondered if your prayers were reaching heaven. And I was there every time you chose not to give up. My child, never mistake my silence for my absence. Just because you cannot see my hands moving does not mean I have stopped working. Think about a seed buried beneath the soil. For days, sometimes weeks, nothing appears to happen. If someone looked only at the surface, they would believe nothing was growing. But underneath, life is already beginning. Roots are forming. Strength is developing. A future harvest is being prepared. That is exactly what I have been doing in your life. You have been looking at the surface. I have been working beneath it. Every delay has had a purpose. Every unanswered prayer has been shaping your faith. Every obstacle has been preparing you for a blessing that requires a stronger version of you. If I had answered every prayer immediately, you might have received what you wanted, but you would have missed becoming the person I created you to be. So tonight, before you close your eyes, choose to trust me one more time, because I am much closer to your breakthrough than you realize. And what I want to reveal next is something many people spend their entire lives without understanding. My beloved child, there is something I want you to understand before you lay your head on your pillow tonight. Many people believe that I only speak through extraordinary miracles, dramatic signs, or unexpected events that capture everyone's attention. But the truth is, I often speak in the quiet moments, the moments when the world becomes silent and your heart is finally willing to listen. That is why I brought you here today. Not to fill your mind with fear, but to fill your heart with hope. I want you to know that I have never stopped watching over you. Every tear you have cried, every burden you have carried, and every prayer you have whispered has been seen and heard by me. Nothing about your life has escaped my attention. Perhaps today was difficult. Maybe someone disappointed you. Maybe things did not go the way you expected. Perhaps you worked hard and still felt unnoticed. Maybe you smiled throughout the day while carrying pain that no one around you could understand. My child, I know those hidden battles. I know the weight that rests upon your shoulders. I know the questions you have been asking when no one else is around. Peace does not come from knowing every fear whether they will bloom again. I care for them because I created them. you never saw the dangers from which I rescued you. My child, if I were to pull back the curtain for just one moment and allow you to see everything I have done for you, your heart would overflow with gratitude. You would see angels protecting you in moments of danger. You would see doors closing that would have led you into heartbreak. You would see delays that kept you from making choices you would later regret. You would see people leaving your life because they were never meant to remain in your future. What you called disappointment was often my mercy. What you called rejection was often my protection. What you called silence was often my wisdom working in ways beyond your understanding. I know that sometimes you become frustrated because life does not unfold according to your plans. You set goals. You create timelines. You expect certain things to happen by a specific date. Then when those plans change, fear begins whispering that everything is falling apart. But my beloved child, your plans are limited by what you can see, while my plans are guided by everything that is still hidden from your eyes. I see every tomorrow before it arrives. I know every conversation that will take place. I know every opportunity that will appear. I know every challenge that is ahead of you, and I have already prepared the grace you will need to overcome it. That is why you can trust me even when life does not make sense. Do not allow one difficult season to convince you that your entire future will be filled with disappointment. Winter is not forever. The longest night still gives way to the morning. In the same way, this difficult chapter is not the end of your story. Seasons change. Circumstances change. People change. But my love for you never changes. My promises remain true whether you feel strong or weak, whether your prayers are answered today or tomorrow. I am the same faithful God yesterday, today, and forever. There are dreams you have almost given up on because they have taken so long to become reality. There are prayers you have stopped praying because you assumed the answer would never come. There are hopes buried so deeply inside your heart that you no longer speak about them. But I know every one of them. Nothing you have entrusted to me has been forgotten. I am still able to do more than you can imagine. I am still able to restore what has been broken. I am still able to open doors that no human being can close. Never mistake delay for denial. Sometimes the blessing takes longer because I am preparing something far greater than you originally asked for. Tonight, instead of filling your mind with fear about tomorrow, fill your heart with gratitude for today. Thank me for the breath in your lungs. Thank me for the lessons you have learned. Thank me for the strength that carried you through another day. Gratitude changes the atmosphere of your heart. It reminds you that even when life is not perfect, my goodness is still surrounding you. The more you recognize my faithfulness, the easier it becomes to trust me with the future. And remember this, my child, your value has never been determined by your success, your failures, your possessions, or the opinions of other people. Your value comes from the simple truth that you are loved by me. Long before anyone applauded you, I knew your name. Long before you achieved anything, I loved you, and there is nothing that can separate you from my love when you continue to walk with me. So tonight, let go of the weight you have been carrying. Lay your worries at my feet. Release the questions you cannot answer. Stop trying to control what belongs in my hands. Rest with confidence, knowing that while you sleep, I will continue working on the things that concern you. My plans for your life have not been canceled. My promises have not expired. Your story is still unfolding, and I am writing every chapter with wisdom, purpose, and love. If this message has touched your heart, take a moment to write in the comments, "Lord, thank you for your faithfulness." Then keep listening with an open heart, because in the next part, I want to share a promise that can completely change the way you face tomorrow and every day that follows. My beloved child, there is something I want you to understand tonight that has the power to change the way you live every single day. Too often, you have measured my love by your circumstances. When life is going well, you believe I am close. But when problems appear, you begin to wonder if I have stepped away. My beloved child, my presence has never depended on your circumstances. I am with you in moments of celebration, and I am just as close in moments of sorrow. I walk beside you on the mountaintops, and I remain beside you in the valleys. The storm around you has never been able to remove my hand from your life. There have been seasons when you felt forgotten because the answers did not come as quickly as you expected. You looked around and saw other people receiving blessings while your own prayers seemed to remain unanswered. You asked yourself, "Lord, what am I doing wrong? Why does it seem like everyone else is moving forward while I remain here?" My child, never believe that your waiting is a sign that I have abandoned you. Some of the greatest blessings require the greatest preparation. I am far more interested in preparing your heart than simply changing your circumstances. A blessing received before the right season can become a burden, but a blessing received at the perfect time becomes a testimony of my wisdom. Think about a master builder constructing a strong foundation. No one celebrates the foundation because it remains hidden beneath the ground. People become excited only when they see the finished building reaching toward the sky. Yet without that hidden foundation, everything above it would eventually collapse. In the same way, I have been strengthening your character in places where no one else can see. I have been teaching you patience when you wanted immediate answers. I have been teaching you trust when your mind demanded explanations. I have been teaching you faith that does not depend on visible evidence but rests securely in my promises. You often ask me to remove every obstacle from your path, but sometimes the obstacle is the very thing I use to make you stronger. If there had been no giant, David would never have discovered the courage I had placed within him. If there had been no storm, the disciples would never have witnessed my power over the wind and the waves. If there had been no prison, Joseph would never have stood in the palace I had prepared for him. Every difficult season in Scripture became the doorway to something greater, and the same can be true in your life when you continue to trust me. Do not let temporary disappointment become permanent discouragement. What you see today is only a small part of the story I am writing. I know it is difficult to keep believing when the answer has not yet arrived. I know it is difficult to remain hopeful when every day seems the same. But my child, faith grows strongest when it chooses to believe before the miracle becomes visible. Every prayer you have offered has reached me. Every tear you have shed has been seen by me. Every moment you chose to keep going, even when you felt exhausted, has not gone unnoticed. I also want you to remember that my blessings are not limited by the economy, by the opinions of people, or by the circumstances surrounding you. Human beings may say that something is impossible, but I have never been limited by human expectations. I can create opportunities where none seem to exist. I can restore relationships that appear beyond repair. I can bring peace into hearts that have been filled with anxiety for years. I can make a way where every door appears to be closed. What is impossible for people has always been possible for me. So tonight, before you drift off to sleep, stop replaying every mistake you have made. Stop allowing guilt to speak louder than my grace. If you have confessed your sins and turned toward me, do not continue carrying what I have already forgiven. My mercy is greater than your failures. My grace is stronger than your past. I do not define you by your worst moments. I see the person I created you to become, and I am patiently shaping you into that person every single day. As you prepare to rest tonight, take a deep breath and remember this simple truth. You do not have to know every answer to a peace. You only need to know that I am with you. My presence is enough. My promises are enough. My love is enough. And when morning comes, my mercy will meet you again, just as it always has. If these words have strengthened your heart, take a moment to write in the comments, "Lord, your presence is enough for me." Then continue listening carefully, because in the next part, want to reveal why the prayer you've been repeating for so long may be much closer to its answer than you realize. My beloved child, as this day comes to an end, I want you to stop for a moment and think about everything that has happened since you woke up this morning. Some moments made you smile, while others tested your patience. There were conversations that encouraged you, and there were words that wounded your heart. There were things you expected to happen that never did, and there were challenges you never saw coming. Yet through every moment, whether you noticed it or not, I was with you. I walked beside you in every decision. I strengthened you when you felt weak. I protected you from dangers you never even knew existed. My hand has been upon your life from the beginning of this day until this very moment. Many times you ask me for visible signs of my presence, but my child, not every miracle announces itself with thunder or lightning. Some of my greatest miracles happen quietly. Sometimes a miracle is a strength to keep going when you thought you would give up. Sometimes a miracle is a peace you feel in the middle of a storm that should have overwhelmed you. Sometimes a miracle is a closed door that keeps you from walking into a future filled with regret. And sometimes a miracle is simply the fact that you are still here, still breathing, still believing, and still seeking me despite everything you have been through. I know there are dreams that seem impossible to you now. You have looked at your circumstances so many times that they appear larger than my promises. But remember who I am. I created the heavens and the earth. I placed every star in the sky and called each one by name. I spoke light into darkness, and life appeared where there had been nothing. If I can hold the universe together by my power, do you really believe your situation is too difficult for me? There is nothing in your life that is beyond my reach. There is no problem too complicated, no heart too broken, no mistake too great, and no future too uncertain for me to redeem. My beloved child, stop allowing fear to tell you stories that I never wrote. Fear says you will always struggle. I say I have plans to give you hope and a future. Fear says you are alone. I say I will never leave you nor forsake you. Fear says your best days are behind you. I say I am able to do exceedingly and abundantly above all you can ask or imagine. Decide tonight which voice you will believe. The voice of fear will always drain your strength, but my voice will always fill your heart with hope. I also want you to forgive yourself for the times you stumbled. You continue to replay old failures in your mind, believing they have disqualified you from my purpose. But if I only use perfect people, I would use no one at all. Throughout history, I have chosen ordinary people with imperfect pasts to accomplish extraordinary things. I do not call you because you are perfect. I call you because I love you. When you place your life in my hands, I can transform even your greatest mistakes into part of your testimony. Your past is not the end of your story. My grace has a final word. Tonight, as you prepare for sleep, release every burden that has been weighing on your heart. Let go of the anger you have been carrying. Let go of the disappointment that has stolen your joy. Let go of the fear that keeps whispering that nothing will ever change. Place it all into my hands. You were never created to carry those burdens alone. Rest in the confidence that while you sleep, I am still working. I am still opening doors. I am still healing hearts. I am still preparing answers. And when the right time comes, you will see that not a single moment of waiting was wasted. So before you close your eyes tonight, whisper this simple prayer. Lord, I trust you with everything I cannot control. Those words may seem small, but a surrendered heart creates room for my peace to enter. When you choose trust over worry, faith over fear, and hope over despair, you will discover a rest that nothing in this world can take away. If this message has encouraged your heart, write in the comments, Lord, I trust your plan for my life. And if this message has brought you peace tonight, share it with someone who may also need hope before they go to sleep. Keep listening, my beloved child, because in the next part, I want to leave you with one final promise that you can carry into tomorrow and every day that follows. My beloved child, before this message comes to an end, I want you to understand one truth that can completely change the way you live from this night forward. Many people spend their lives waiting for the perfect moment to trust me. They tell themselves, when my problems are gone, I will have peace. When my finances improve, I will stop worrying. When my family is restored, then I will finally rest. But my beloved child, peace does not begin when your circumstances change. Peace begins when you decide to trust me, even while your circumstances remain the same. Look back over your life for a moment. There were seasons when you believed you would never recover. There were days when the pain felt too heavy to carry, and nights when sleep refused to come because your mind was filled with questions. Yet somehow, you made it through. It was not because you had all the answers. It was because my hand was holding you, even when you did not realize it. I carried you through storms that should have destroyed you. I gave you strength when your own strength was gone. Every breath you are taking today is evidence that my grace has never left your side. My child, I know there are still unanswered prayers in your heart. I know there are names you mention every day, asking me to heal them, protect them, or bring them back to me. I know there are dreams that seem delayed and promises you are still waiting to see fulfilled. Do not think that your prayers have disappeared into silence. Every sincere prayer reaches my heart. Not one tear has been wasted. Not one cry for help has gone unheard. Even when my answer is delayed, my love is never delayed. Even when you cannot see movement, heaven is never standing still. Sometimes you become discouraged because you compare your life with the lives of others. You see someone receiving the blessing you have prayed for, and you wonder why your own season has not arrived. But my beloved child, you cannot compare two stories that I am writing with different purposes. I know exactly when each chapter should unfold. If you rush a sunrise, it is no longer beautiful. If you harvest fruit before it is ripe, it loses its sweetness. In the same way, the blessings I have prepared for you will arrive in the season that brings the greatest good into your life. Trust my timing, because my timing is always guided by perfect wisdom and perfect love. I also want you to stop believing that your past has the power to cancel your future. Yes, you have made mistakes. Yes, there are decisions you wish you could change. But I am the God who restores. I am the God who gives new beginnings. I do not define you by your worst day. I see the person you are becoming through my grace. When you place your life in my hands, I can turn even painful memories into a testimony that gives hope to someone else. Nothing is beyond my ability to redeem. Tonight, before you fall asleep, I want you to release every fear about tomorrow. Stop carrying conversations that have not happened yet. Stop imagining failures that have not taken place. Stop allowing anxiety to steal the peace I freely offer you. Tomorrow already belongs to me. I will be there before you arrive. I will walk beside you through every conversation, every decision, every challenge, and every opportunity. You are not stepping into the unknown alone. You are walking with the one who already knows the end from the beginning. So when you close your eyes tonight, do not close them with fear. Close them with faith. Let your final thought be this: God is already working, even while I sleep. Rest with confidence, because my plans for your life are still unfolding. My promises have not failed. My love has not changed. And the story I am writing for you is far more beautiful than anything you could write on your own. If this message has spoken to your heart, write in the comments, "Lord, I will rest in your promises tonight." Then continue listening, my beloved child, because in the final part of this message, I want to leave you with a prayer and a promise that I hope you will carry in your heart every day of your life. My beloved child, as this message comes to an end, I want you to carry one promise into tonight. You are not facing tomorrow alone. Before the sun rises, I will already be with you. Before your first worry appears, my grace will already be enough. No matter what challenge comes your way, remember that I am greater than every fear, every obstacle, and every unanswered question. So tonight, do not go to sleep with anxiety in your heart. Go to sleep with faith. Lay every burden at my feet and trust that while you are resting, I am still working. I never stop protecting you, guiding you, and preparing the future I have planned for your life. No matter what you are going through today, this is not the end of your story. I am opening doors you cannot yet see, healing wounds you cannot heal on your own, and making a way where there seems to be no way. If you truly believe that God is working in your life, write Amen in the comments and share your prayer request. I will be praying for everyone who reads this message, and I know others in this community will stand with you in faith. If this message encouraged your heart, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another daily message of hope and encouragement. Now, close your eyes, rest in my peace, and remember this: I am with you tonight. I will be with you tomorrow, and I will never leave you nor forsake you. Sleep in peace, my beloved child.